Good morning, students. Today, we are going to cover a very important and interesting aspect related to accounting. As you all know that in accounting, person is required to record business transactions in various books or statements to derive some conclusive results. However, in order to record business transactions, some basis has to be considered. Thus, in this lecture, we will cover some of these bases that facilitate recording of business transactions, which are popularly known as accounting principles or accounting concepts and conventions. In order to ensure better understanding about the topic, students should ensure that they possess a preliminary knowledge with regard to two different aspects. These includes concept of accounting and the various steps that are being followed in accounting, that is process of accounting. This lecture is aimed to generate knowledge about accounting principles with a special reference to accounting concepts, importance of accounting principles from accounting perspective, and lastly, how it helps in determining accounting treatment of any item or event that have occurred in an accounting year. Accounting is often called the language of business because the purpose of accounting is to communicate or report the results of business operations and its various aspects to various users of accounting information. In fact, today accounting statements or reports are needed by various groups such as shareholders, creditors, potential investors, columnists or financial newspapers, proprietors, and others. In view of the utility of accounting reports to various interested parties, it becomes imperative to make this language capable of commonly understood by all. Accounting could become an intelligible and commonly understood language if it is based on generally accepted accounting principles. Hence, you must be familiar with the accounting principles behind financial statements to understand and use them properly. For searching the goals of the accounting profession and for expanding knowledge in this field, a logical and useful set of principles and procedures are to be developed. We know that while driving our vehicles, we follow a standard traffic rules. Without adhering traffic rules, there would be much chaos on the road. Similarly, some principles apply to accounting as well. Thus, the accounting profession cannot reach its goal in the absence of a set rules to guide the efforts of accountants and auditors. The rules and principles of accounting are commonly referred to as conceptual framework of accounting. One of the most prominent definitions of accounting principle is given by American Institute of Certified Public Accountants. As such, principles of accounting or accounting principles are the general law or rule adopted or proposed as a guide to action, a settled ground or basis of conduct or practice. Accounting principles have also been defined by the Canadian Institute of Chartered Accountants as the body of doctrines associated with the theory and procedure of accounting serving as an explanation of current practices and as a guide for the selection of conventions or procedures where alternatives exist. Rules governing the formation of accounting axioms and the principles derived from them have arisen from common experience, historical precedent, statements by individuals and professional bodies, and regulations of government agencies. In this regard, according to Hendrickson, accounting theory may be defined as logical reasoning in the form of a set of broad principles that provide a general frame of reference by which accounting practices can be evaluated and guide the development of new practices and procedures. Theory may also be used to explain existing practices to obtain a better understanding of them. But the most important goal of accounting theory should be to provide a coherent set of logical principles that form the general framework of reference for the evaluation and development of sound accounting practices. In other words, generally accepted accounting principles encompasses the conventions, rules, and procedures necessary to define accepted accounting practices at a particular time. Generally accepted accounting principles, also known as GAAP, include not only broad guidelines of general application but also detailed practices and procedures. Thus, we may define accounting principles as the rules of action or conduct which are adopted by the accountants universally while recording accounting transactions. Accounting principles are man-made. They are accepted because they are believed to be useful. The general acceptance of an accounting principle usually depends on how well it meets the following three basic norms, that is, usefulness, objectiveness, and feasibility. Accounting principle is said to be objective when it is solidly supported by facts. Objectivity means reliability, which also means that the accuracy of the information reported can be verified. Accounting principles should be such as are practicable. A principle is feasible when it can be implemented without undue difficulty or cost. Although these three features are generally found in accounting principles, an optimum balance of three is struck in some cases for adopting a particular rule as an accounting principle. For example, the principle of making the provision for doubtful debts is found on feasibility and usefulness, though it is less objective. This is because of the fact that such provisions are not supported by any outside evidence. Accounting principles are the rules of action or conduct adopted by accountants universally while recording accounting transactions. They are the norms or rules which are followed in giving accounting treatment to various items of assets, liabilities, expenses, incomes, etc. However, in dealing with the framework of accounting theory, we are confronted with a series of problems arising from differences in terminology. A number of words and terms have been used by different authors to express and explain the same idea or notion. The various terms used for describing the basic ideas are concepts, postulates, propositions, assumptions, underlying principles, fundamentals, conventions, rules, doctrines, axioms, etc. Each of these terms is capable of precise definition, but the accounting profession has served to give them loose and overlapping meanings. One author may describe the same idea or notion as a concept, and another as a convention, and still another as a postulate. For example, the separate business entity concept has been described by one author as a concept and by another as a convention. Still, some of these terms or items can be better claimed to be called as concepts, while the rest should be called as conventions. Thus, accounting principles can be broadly classified into two broad heads, that is, accounting concepts and accounting conventions. Accounting concepts are the basic assumptions or fundamental propositions within which accounting operates. It is important to follow accounting concepts because it enables the users of financial statements to understand them better and in the same manner as it have been prepared. Business entities are presumed to have been following these principles in preparing the annual reports. On not following these, entities are required to disclose which of the assumptions have not been followed and the reason for the same. Various accounting concepts that form part of this broader head includes separate business entity concept, money measurement concept, dual aspect concept, accounting period concept, cost concept, the matching concept, accrual concept, and the realization concept. In contrast to accounting concepts exists accounting conventions. Conventions basically means customs or traditions that guide the accountant while preparing the accounting statements. These are the outcome of accounting practices or principles being followed by the enterprises over a period of time. These may undergo a change with time to time to bring about improvement in the quality of accounting information. Various conventions that form part of accounting convention includes convention of materiality, convention of conservatism, and convention of consistency. Among various accounting concepts and conventions used in accounting practices, one of the most prominent accounting concept or assumption is going concern concept, which also founds base for various other assumptions. According to this assumption, it is assumed that business shall continue for an unforeseeable period and there is no intention to close the business or scale down its operations significantly unless there is a good evidence to do so. In other words, there is neither an intention nor the necessity to liquidate the particular business venture in the predictable future. Because of this assumption, accountant, while valuing the assets, does not take into account forced sale value of the assets. In fact, the assumption that the business is not expected to be liquidated in the unforeseeable future establishes the basis for many of the valuations and allocations in accounting. For example, the accountant charges depreciation on fixed assets. It is this assumption which underlies the decision of investors to commit capital to enterprise. Also, only on the basis of this assumption, accounting process can remain stable and achieve the objective of correctly reporting and recording on the capital invested, the efficiency management, and the position of the enterprise as a going concern. However, if the accountant has good reasons to believe that the business or some part of it is going to be liquidated or that it will cease to operate, say for example within a time frame of 6 months to a year, then the resources could be reported at their current values. If this concept is not followed, international accounting standard requires the disclosure of the fact in the financial statements together with prominent reasons. Another major accounting concept which is believed to be the base of modern accounting practice is dual aspect concept or the duality concept. The dual aspect principle or concept is based on double entry bookkeeping, which means that for each and every business transaction, two aspects are required to be entered into the books by the firm or an institution. Thus, in financial accounting, two aspects are required to be recorded for all the transactions and events involving financial element. On one entry consists of debit to one or more credits or vice versa. For example, if a firm sells goods of rupees 5,000, this transaction involves two aspects. One aspect is the delivery of goods and the other aspect is immediate receipt of cash. If the transaction is related to cash sales. In fact, the term double entry bookkeeping has come into vogue, and in this system, the total amount debited always equals to the total amount credited. It follows from dual aspect concept that at any point of time, owner's equity and liabilities for any accounting entity will be equal to total assets owned by that entity. Therefore, according to this concept, at any point of time, the total assets of a business are equal to its total liabilities. To put in an equation form, assets equal to liabilities plus capital or owner's equity, or owner's equity is equal to assets minus liabilities, or equity is equal to assets. The above relationship is known as accounting equation. The term owner's equity denotes the resources supplied by the owner of the entity, while the term liabilities denotes the claims of outsiders such as creditors, debenture holders, bank, etc. Assets, on the other hand, are the resources owned by the business. The total assets will be equal to total liabilities plus owner's capital, because all assets of the business are claimed by either owners or outsiders. Thus, any change in any of the components of accounting equation must lead to a change in any of the other component. For example, an increase in asset must represent an increase in either liability or capital, in other words, owner's equity. Conversely, an increase in liability without corresponding decrease in another liability should lead to increase in other assets. To conclude, it can be said accounting, which is undertaken to furnish accounting information by way of annual reports, requires extensive use of certain principles to make the information useful to varied users. These principles can be broadly classified or categorized as accounting concepts and accounting conventions. On the one hand, accounting concepts are the fundamental propositions or assumptions which contributes towards making annual reports easy to understand in the same way as it intends to be. Businesses are presumed to follow these principles while preparing their financial statements. However, in case if these principles are not being followed, then businesses are required to disclose the reasons for the same. In contrast to these are the conventions, which are customs or traditions, which are outcomes of accounting principles being followed by businesses over a period of time, and these conventions keeps on changing from time to time. In this regard, going concern concept is considered as a prominent concept, as it considers that business entity have indefinite life. This assumption forms base for determining accounting treatment with regard to assets of the company. Accounting treatment, so defined, helps the entity in ensuring fair presentation, etc. Dual aspect concept or duality concept is another major concept that conceptualize existence of two aspects for every business transaction, consisting of a debit with a corresponding credit, or vice versa. Thus, this concept states that at any point of time, the total of assets should be equal to the total of liabilities and capital, or owner's equity. Herein are some of the prominent references that can be extensively used to further enhance knowledge and understanding about the various accounting concepts that have been discussed so far. Thank you and enjoy